Do you have a list of well, okay. Need to call the meeting to order at whatever time it is.
4:12.
4:12. And
Oh, Brewster.
do the roll call. Can you read the roll call? Because I don't have it in front of me
I can. Bob Blair,
here.
Wes Durant, not present.
Not present.
Rachel Boyer,
Here.
Karen Schultz.
Here.
Pat Wheeler. Nope. Lori Fairbay,
Here.
Kate Bliss. Nope. We have Chris Keefe,
Hi, Chris.
and then
Hi, Bob.
myself, Victoria Flynn, Council on Aging Director. Did I miss anybody? All right, call rolled.
Roll called. One or the other. We've all been rolled. Okay, first item on the agenda was the budget.
We get to approve the minutes from last month. From the 3:30 meeting.
Okay, has anybody seen them?
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
them posted. Any objections, corrections, omissions, inspirations? I'd entertain a motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second the motion to approve.
Okay, call the roll if you would. Bob Blair, aye. Rachel Boyer,
Aye.
Lori Fairbay,
Aye.
Karen Schultz. Karen Schultz.
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, so it passes unanimously among those who are with us.
Good.
Now the budget.
Yes. So here are the updates to the Council on Aging finances since last meeting. Expenses equal $298.57. We have gotten $104 even in donations. Director wages are $1,878.54. Part-time wages are $580.89. And we did receive the money from the state, for the Mass Council on Aging, for our normal annual grant. And that is to the tune of $8,544 even.
And that is not earmarked for anything specific, or is it?
I will double check. I think it's for us to use as we need for our expenses. I will talk to the business office and see what we need to do before the end of fiscal year if we don't use it all.
Do we have to submit a report to them outlining what we've used it for?
No, because we normally do that with the annual report.
Okay, and that breaks down to dollar amounts.
It gives them a rough idea as to what we're using it for. But they don't, to my knowledge, we don't have to, we do not have to give like basically like a cent by cent or dollar by dollar explanation as to what we're using the money for.
Okay. Do we have any outstanding debts at this point?
None to my knowledge.
All right, do we have any anticipated debts?
Not that I can think of at the moment. Not that I can think of at the moment. If that changes, I will let you know.
It's out of order on the agenda, but what's, we still have funds available for the potential meals continuation?
Yes, that is going to be going through COVID relief funds though. So we would, that's a special entity that Margaret would help us apply for.
Okay, I thought there were still some funds left over from
It
when they
is.
were first available.
Yes, we do still have funds available for that. Those, basically anything related to the home delivered meals though, it goes through a separate account. It doesn't come out of our budget. Margaret submits it directly to the state.
Okay. that's later in the agenda, I believe. What's next item on the agenda for you? that you
Was
see there?
just talking about van usage.
Oh, yeah.
So at this point, van usage has been a little up and down. We've had some weeks where we've had, 3 days worth of rides, and then we've had some weeks where we're maybe having 3 hours of rides total.
Wow.
It's really kind of an ebb and flow right now. I think with people getting vaccinated and, more people being able to go out and about, I think that in part explains some of the decline in services. Um, so at this point, we're continuing to offer van rides. We did get a resignation notice from one of the van drivers. So the job has been posted onto the town website, and it has been posted up on Facebook. We have had a few applicants at this point. One has submitted their application, and it's going through Dennis, I think, for a query check and just seeing if that would clear through. And then I have another person I'm going to be sending out the information to before end of week. So I'm hoping that we can get full 5-day coverage again pretty soon.
Okay. And what is being covered now
Not being
by
used.
Jenny?
It's not being used that much right now.
We're still offering rides 3 to 4 days a week. It's just, we had some weeks where we've had like multiple appointments at the same day and time. And then we've had other weeks where it's just like 1 or 2 people calling total. So it really just depends on the week. We have been getting people the transportation needed for their COVID vaccines. As long as it's not too far of a distance, we've been able to help make that happen. So that is just something, again, for anybody who's listening, that if they need help with getting transportation to a local COVID clinic, we can help with that as well.
Hmm. And as there was still one repair left to be done on the van, the wheel well or something, is that all set now?
Yes, I'm gonna call them on Thursday. Now that I know kind of what our schedule is looking like now, I'm gonna call and I will get it fixed.
So it's not fixed yet.
No,
Okay. Did they indicate how much time they thought it would take? Sounds like a fairly
sounds like it's a
simple
few
thing.
hours. It didn't sound like anything that would take the van out of commission.
Okay. Possible to schedule it on a day when we typically do not have people calling up,
That was my
or is there
plan.
not such a typical day? Yeah.
Yeah, it was my plan, was just to see what we could do to get it scheduled. Kind of, I think earlier in the day overall is better than later in the day, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be nice if we hooked up with a shop that has 2 shifts and they can take it late in the day, have it
Yeah.
back by the next morning.
Yeah, we're using Colonial Ford in Marlboro just because the van's still under warranty. They're pretty flexible with time. It's really just been, we've had to basically kind of go around appointments that we've had scheduled for the van. So that's usually been the biggest factor. But now that we've slowed down a bit, I think that we'll be able to make it work.
Okay. Anybody else on the board have any questions about the van?
Nope.
Next item on the list?
Is just a update for yoga schedule. At this point, we're doing yoga in person and virtually still. We're doing it in person at 1870 on Saturday mornings. They're using basically the top floor, which is that giant stage room that they have. Everybody's pretty well spread apart. We've got a few people that come to that in person. And then at the same time, Sharon's also doing the Zoom broadcast too for yoga. So for those who don't feel comfortable meeting in person, we're still offering it virtually as well. So I anticipate that we'll probably keep that up through the end of June. We do have a link that is active for every Saturday till the end of June. So I figure at this point, there's no harm in keeping it going.
And is it possible to shift that to outdoors when the weather is decent?
We could, the only thing would be just trying to get the virtual yoga hooked up, just because
Uh-huh.
many places don't have strong Wi-Fi. It's the only thing.
So you're doing sort of a simultaneous thing. You're filming and broadcasting while she's also telling other people which poses to take and so forth?
Yes, so so it's a Zoom meeting just like ours that records. People kind of log in, they get to see her live, and then at the same point too, she's teaching the class.
Oh, that's nice.
And then
And
it's
how-
going up on YouTube, usually a week later. And then it can
Okay,
go
and
into,
how about-
and then it can go into the Berlin Cable Access too.
So that's yoga, you said?
Mhm.
And I thought we had also, what, something else?
We had Tai Chi. I hadn't heard anything back yet. I will reach out.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions from other board members? All right, next item on the list.
Is the home delivered meals.
Yeah.
So at this point, I did reach out to Village Cafe and to Berlin General Store. Village Cafe and General Store are both on board with doing it again. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna be reaching back out to General Store. Each are gonna offer 2 meals. So Village Cafe is gonna do a pizza and a fish meal, and then General Store is gonna do probably a pasta dish and something else. And what we're gonna do is, my thought is we'll get that information out to the public before end of week. And what we can do is basically give people a hard cutoff as to what, basically what is that their selection would be. And then giving us some information like a phone number, and then what is their, if they live in a home, what does their house look like? Just because we had some delivery issues last time.
Yeah.
And we basically get that out, second week of May, I'm thinking,
Wait, do you want to
Okay.
get that out?
before end of week,
Oh.
by Friday. I'll post it on Facebook, on our town site. I can give a flyer out for the food pantry. I'll let Tanya Carpenter know over at Northbrook, and then hopefully we can get up on Berlin Neighbors Connect as well. What we can do is, I do have a list of the people who got a meal last time. So we can start even making those calls as well, just to see if they would like another meal again. And then, if we're resuming the senior calls as well, that can be part of what we ask, but.
Do we get the kibitz at all with the suppliers as to what the meal might be?
With Village Cafe, we're looking at a pizza or
And
a fish
fish.
dinner. With the general store, one's gonna be a pasta dish, and then the other one I haven't heard back yet.
How about lobster rolls? Okay,
So,
just one of them, I forget, last time provided something for a dessert, was kind of, I mean, I would almost sooner a chocolate chip cookie than a whatever that was, bread pudding or something.
Hmm.
But maybe that's just me.
Okay.
Chocolate chipaholic or something. Oh, well, yeah, I think I'd be interested, anybody else, in seeing what's being offered and saying, how about thus and such instead? Are they doing main dish and salad, or main dish and a desserty kind of thing and a beverage, or not any beverage?
we didn't do a main, we didn't do like a side salad or a beverage with the last one. I can ask each of them and see if they would be able to do either like a side salad or a dessert and a beverage. I can ask them and see if we can do that. That'd be yeah, we could. I could certainly ask and see if that's possible.
Yeah, and are they talking as a price? Are they talking a delivered meal, or is the delivery separate from the meal cost?
They added in delivery to the cost for each meal.
Okay. And how did they, I remember last time there was some discussion about how are they routed?
So last time what we did was we kind of split Village Cafe and General Store into kind of the areas of town that were closest to each. I
Yeah,
think what we'll do this time is, because we'll know what the meals are exactly ahead of time, we'll give people the option for, one of the 4 choices. But what we'll have to do is just make sure that we get, definitive, either, house color or something like that, something distinguishable. So that way, when their delivery drivers go and deliver the meals, they'll know exactly what they're looking for. Because that was what part of the problem was last time. Not everybody was, not everybody had a number on their house, or not everything was clear. I mean, grant you, this was December when it got dark at 3 o'clock, but still, I'm hoping that, we can kind of make the delivery time a little shorter, so people will get their
Yeah.
food.
Yeah. Well, that the house numbering thing crops up about every 2 months. I mean, I don't know.
Uh,
Chris must have heard it a million times at town meetings and coffee chats and so forth. But we don't seem to have, I don't know. I think highway, was the highway or fire department was talking sort of a carrot approach. And I was saying, I hope they have a stick behind the back, because a lot of people aren't into carrots, apparently. I mean, it's just, you'd think it would be a simple thing to go put a 5-inch stick-on letter on your mailbox, but it's like, I don't know. It's a very elusive goal.
Mm.
I did hear one comment from Northbrook that I think she came from the Village Cafe, and she was very industrious and intent on doing it right, but she was going by names, and so she was going from one building to another, and then over to this one, and some of the people in the building she left behind were also on the list. And it's like some people who lived there were saying, doesn't somebody tell them what buildings these folks are in? Or
Yeah, I think we've learned, we kind of got all the kinks out after the first run, so I think this one will be a bit smoother.
goody. Okay, any help needed on it from any of us?
I think what we'll do is let's get the word out, at the end of the week. And then what we can do is start making some calls next week. I think what we'll have to do is just have a hard cutoff date though. Just so we know,
Yeah.
we can give them like 3-4 days notice just to get all the food prepared.
Did we have anybody complaining after the last one that they got forgotten, or that they, whatever, was anybody missed? I think I heard maybe one or two.
We had one, it was rectified next day.
Was, okay.
Yep.
But of course it was cold by then.
Ew.
Well, serves them right. They probably didn't have a number on their house. What's the next item on the list?
Well, off of that, just
Yeah.
virtual programming updates. So I have another meeting with Aileen Lemoyne scheduled. She's the pharmacist from the Mass College of Pharmacy. She's doing a whole bunch of presentations. She did one about, basically drug coverage and COVID last time. She's got another presentation prepared. So I'm going to be meeting with her virtually on Friday. We'll get that recorded and we'll get that up for everybody to see.
And that'll be on Berlin Cable?
Should be.
Okay. I think they seem very, Brittany seems very interested in doing it. I guess they're doing a ton of meeting recordings that they have to put in the can for replay and so forth. But I would think should be gung ho about getting something other than that to fiddle around with.
Yep.
I'm still hoping we can get more of the vet interviews that we did last year. Oh, what did we do? One. But I think that's a rich field for exploring. And I mean, we're doing this thing in the Powder House News about some stuff that people remember, places that people remember, things they remember. I'm sure you could tap into a lot of seniors to sit down for a discussion about their recollections of going to a one-room schoolhouse in town, or living on a family farm. And there's a whole treasure trove of stuff in the Historical Society's archival building of narratives about how the fire department worked when it was horse-drawn wagons and buckets and chemical fire suppressants in containers and so forth. So I think, what is going on? I'm still here, right?
Mhm. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, my thingy is saying that's because I shut off my car, which has it's plugged into. All right, anyway, next item.
Well, you actually segued nicely into it, Bob. It's Powderhouse
I
News.
just lost you.
We got our delivery for the latest issue today, so we're getting it labeled and we'll get it out before end of week. Probably by Thursday it'll be out. Lori did an excellent job with it as always.
Thank you.
And just wanted to see if there was anything that we wanted to talk about for next issue. Margaret had mentioned the town offices are going to be reopening starting May 10th. So I figured what we can do is just maybe have like a little blurb in the next Powderhouse News, just saying town offices are open. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to reach out. But, just kind of giving people just a heads up of, hey, the building's open. At that point too, we'll probably have more information about the annual town meeting coming up in mid-May. So we'll have that information as well to put in for the next one. Bob? Can you hear us, Bob? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Ah,
Can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. All right, I'm good. I was just afraid I froze again.
yeah, mine just took a vacation on sound, so
Oh, okay. You're good.
your mouths all look totally expressive though, so that was good.
Just
I'm-
summing
I'm
up what we
learning-
want to put on the next Powderhouse News. That's all. Town
Oh, yeah.
office is reopening.
Okay, what else do we have?
I figured we could do just maybe like a quick blurb about the annual town meeting as well. Just, just kind of a recap
But town meeting date is, what is
too.
town meeting date?
May, what is it, May 9th?
The next
15th.
edition,
15th,
Next
thanks,
edition.
Chris.
next edition will be post
June.
that, Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
so
be
we can
June,
just have a
July.
recap.
Recap.
right,
Okay.
all right. And this edition should be in people's mailboxes tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, maybe Thursday at the latest. We have to get it. And if you said all this while I was out in space, pardon
Yes.
me, but we could actually use a hand if anybody has time to fold these buggers and put the stickers on and the labels.
So I did a chunk before meeting. Peggy took a bunch. So we've got, a good chunk already done. She'll come back tomorrow to grab some more. Deadline is June 18th for the next issue. So we'll look to get Lori content by June 11th.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait a minute. April, May, June. Yeah. Because it's a July, August issue.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I wasn't aware that they were in. I was told that they were coming by UPS and that would be here by 7 tonight.
Yeah, he came at 11:45 this morning. I grabbed the door for him I saw him coming in, so grabbed the door for him.
Cool. So there are
Did you
still more
send me
to be.
one? Peggy used to send it to me because I don't get it.
Yeah, I'll
obviously.
send you one.
Yeah, just send me one.
Email me your address, Karen. Well, I'll make sure you get one.
Rachel, you don't get one either, or you do?
Yeah, I'll do the same. I don't get one.
All right. Send me your addresses. I'll email James Wheeler and we'll get you guys added to the official count.
Great, thank you.
So,
Chris, we're not skipping you, are we? I hope.
No,
Good.
I'm getting it.
Okay.
whether
She
you
might
want
cut-
it or not, you're gonna get it. No.
Yeah.
You might cut off our funds. We got to be nice to Chris. All right. Powderhouse News. What else is on the list?
Just the senior calls. I
Yep.
think we should try to do one more round starting in May. Just to check in and just see how people fared, I think we do one more round. I realize that, as we continue on, more and more things are starting to open up, but just wanting to check in with everybody and just see how everyone's doing. And we'll kind of take it from there. It looks like the governor's trying to aim to get, public, basically things back to pre-pandemic, hopefully, by beginning of August. So let's see what happens. So we may be able to actually do some things in person soon, which will be nice.
Wow,
So,
like town meetings, up spaced.
yeah, like council meetings.
Council meetings, that would be cool. I'm hoping, well, I'm hoping that we team up with Berlin Senior Citizens on some outdoor programs as well, or activities.
Yes, so Judy Mills sent out an email this morning to all of the town, basically different town departments about what the Berlin seniors are looking at. If you guys have no objections, we can invite Judy on to the next meeting for May, just to have her kind of give a rundown as to what it is that they would like to do. Looks like she mentioned the first event was going to start in June. So whether or not Berlin seniors would want COA to be co-sponsoring, or if they would like any involvement from the COA, totally up to you guys, but I figured we can send an invite out to them and see if they'd like to come on and give us just a quick rundown of what they've got planned.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
Okay.
absolutely. I had thought that they felt that there was a standing invitation to come to any of the meetings when they wanted to.
Yeah,
Is
I
it-
figured
is-
now that they've got some stuff going on, they can come on and give us a lowdown.
Do you see anybody in the virtual audience who's
Mm-mm,
not shown on our screen?
mm-mm.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good idea. I think we definitely should be working in close contact with them. They are gung ho about, they're not gung ho about fundraising for the COA. They are gung ho about participating in planning activities and can be good at that. So I think we should use that resource while they're agreeable to doing so.
Sounds good. So I'll let Judy know.
You know, anything else on the agenda?
Any other business?
Anybody? Oh, this Neshoba Neighbors group that I've been working, my wife particularly has been working with, is doing a program May 16th. It's a AARP meeting called Home Fit, in which it's a webinar in which an expert on the subject gives advice on ways to set a house up so that it's not, so that it's trip-free and
Ooh,
convenient for seniors so that they don't injure themselves in their own homes.
nice. Is
Yeah.
this virtually or in person?
Oh, it's virtual.
Okay,
It's in the Powder House News as well.
perfect.
Yes, yes, it is. And we're hoping, I don't think we've found this out yet. We're hoping that they will allow us to rebroadcast it. So it can be broadcast subsequently on Berlin Cable.
We can always do a write-up about their meeting as well. Worst case scenario.
All right. Anybody else have any other new biz? You must have some. It's required. No?
Just a reminder, in case anyone's interested, that the select board's having a coffee talk to discuss the different warrant articles and, I think they're starting with the wetlands bylaw and then the citizens petitions, the planning board petitions also, or articles. Just in case, that's Thursday night, and I believe it's at 6:30.
Those are always excellent.
Fine.
All right.
We'll
Anybody have
get those
anything?
updates out on Facebook.
Sorry about the dog.
It's fine.
I didn't know if it was yours or if it was Chris's.
It's mine.
Maybe they could have a side conversation. Could we set that up virtually or maybe not?
I'll get on it.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else? Anything else? I would accept the motion to adjourn in that case.
Next meeting is May 25th.
May 25. Everybody got that?
Yep.
Marvelous. Do I hear a motion to adjourn or are we having fun just non-adjourning? Nobody wants to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right. Do I hear a second?
Brewster just seconded that. I'll second it.
Hey, wow. He's barking up the right tree. All right, so let's do a roll call.
All right,
Moi,
Bob Blair, yeah.
aye.
Karen Schultz,
Rachel Boyer, aye.
Lori Fairbank,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
gee, I, Bob.
Aye.
I heard her.
aye. Okay, yeah, I have it. We are adjourned until May 25.